Okay, welcome everyone. I'll call this meeting to order. This meeting is being live streamed and will be recorded. Can I get a motion to, we've got a recommendation at first here. This meeting is being held at 5:30 to hold a closed session of council prior to the regular council meeting. According to a procedure bylaw as amended, it states that regular council meetings shall be held on the second and fourth Monday of each month at 6:30. And further, section 8.4 states that closed session meetings shall be held after the regular meeting. Council shall pass a motion to waive that section to allow for the council meeting to commence at 5:30 and further to hold a closed meeting prior to the regular 6:30 p.m. meeting. The motion is that council waive sections 6.5 and 8.4 of bylaw 2024-1264 as amended to allow for the council meeting to commence at 5:30 and further to hold a closed meeting prior to the regular council meeting commencing at 6:30 p.m. You want that motion to pass now? It's moved by Deputy Mayor Davison and Councillor Milligan. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda as printed, please? Councillor Milligan, Councillor McDonald, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Any declaration of pecuniary interest? None declared. So at this point, we will have to enter our closed meeting pursuant to Section 239 of the Municipal Act. The reason for the closed meeting is that council proceed into closed session as permitted. Approval of council's, the closed meeting is to approve closed session minutes and to receive advice that is subject to client solicitor privilege, including communications necessary for those purposes. So you need a motion to go in now. Can I get that motion, please? Councillor Milligan and Councillor Lalande. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. So we are now in closed. Okay. Welcome, everybody. We've just emerged from our closed session. And do you want to do a rise and report now, or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what do you need in terms of wording?
Thank you. Through you, so if I can get a motion from council that in the continuing interest of transparency and open government, the mayor reports in open session that the minutes were approved from April 27th closed session and that direction was provided to the township solicitor.
Not online, sorry. So we had a motion by Councillor Milligan and Councillor McDonald, was that right? For our rise and report. And we're just going to take a short break so that other staff can come in until we resume with the council meeting. Are we on? Okay. So that brings us to item 5 on the agenda. This is a public meeting zoning bylaw amendment application, ZON 2026-0001. This is a public meeting in accordance with provisions of Section 3412 of the Planning Act 1990 to consider an amendment to the Township of Stone Mills Comprehensive Zoning Bylaw 2014-744. The proposed amendment applies to the property municipally described as 70 Galbraith Grove Road, and the purpose of the application is to satisfy a condition of provisional approval imposed by the Township's Committee of Adjustment in relation to a lot addition requested by consent application B22-2024. In accordance with condition 5 of the notice of decision, this application seeks to amend our zoning bylaw to rezone the land subject to the approved lot addition from rural to residential limited services in order to harmonize the zoning of the enlarged benefiting parcel and appropriately regulate existing and future development. No additional construction or development is proposed at this time. This application relates to consent application B22-2024, which was provisionally approved on November 21st, 2024. Council shall hear in person or by his or her counsel, solicitor, or agent any person who claims to be affected by this application. And have we had any comment, Planner Kelly, or objection to this application?
Yeah, so through you, Mr. Mayor, excuse me, the application was circulated as per the requirements of the Planning Act, and no negative comments were received as of today.
Okay, thank you, and there's no one here tonight. So the recommendation is that the report be received and that a bylaw to amend zoning bylaw 2014-744 be enacted and passed, and the mayor and clerk be authorized to sign and seal. Do you want to move and seconder for that now, Brandy?
Just if the council's ready to make a decision, or if you want to ask Mike for his overview, or if you have questions.
Okay, let's hear Mike's commentary on his report. Mike, the floor is yours.
So through you, Mr. Mayor, I don't have much to add to your rather extensive explanation at the beginning. I guess I put a lot more in the agenda than I realized. So I have nothing to add other than what's in the report. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Fine then. Any questions or comments on the report? I guess my only question is just a clarification as to the zoning itself. Residential limited services, how does that differ from the simple rural designation?
Yeah, so through you, Mr. Mayor. So the residential limited services zone denotes properties that are on private roads. The rural zone is just in the rural area on a municipal road.
Right, I should have known that. I forgot all about that aspect of this road. Okay, that's quite clear then. So this is a fairly straightforward zoning amendment. If there's no comment from council, can I get a mover and seconder to pass it, please? Deputy Mayor Davison, Councillor Fenwick. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thanks, Mike. Open forum, did we have anyone sign up? I guess we didn't because there's no one here. Presentations. Ann Rhodes, President, HR Management Services on Demand, CAO Performance, available. And is Ann with us remotely? Yes, I see you on a screen there, Ann. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We have a recommendation that the presentation be received for information. Can I get a mover and seconder for that, please? Councillor Land and Councillor Woodcock, thank you. Ann, if you're ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I don't know if your absolutely wonderful team have had the opportunity to share with you all the documents. But before we get started, I would like to give them very great kudos for the work and commitment they have put in to this project. I've worked with many over long periods of time, and I can tell you that I will always hold them up as ones who wanted every detail correct. Thank you, ladies. It was an absolute pleasure.
That's great to hear. Thank you.
Moving forward, because of their great desire to do things very well, and because everyone brings different experiences to the table, they wanted to approach this from a slightly different angle. The performance appraisal that you see in front of you, um, I believe you can see it as well. Is that correct?
We have that in our package, Ann.
Okay, super. Um, this is a document that is usually completed by the person who supervises or manages the other management employee. In other words, the employee that we are evaluating. In this set of circumstances, they felt that this was not robust enough and felt that council themselves and others should have the opportunity to participate in contributing to this document. You will see that there are 3 survey sets there, one for council, one for peers and external stakeholders, and one for senior management. These were drawn up based on the content of the performance appraisal document. Their desire was to make sure that there was proper and robust information coming from many different sources. I did discuss with them at the time that there are a couple of pitfalls with that, which I feel I must bring to council. I think it's important that we recognize that when we go outside the framework of Stone Mills and we ask for external input, it may be somewhat surprising and also somewhat disconcerting to those that are asked to participate in the survey. And for that reason, I need to bring it to your attention. The expectation on my part would be that I would think then less than 50% of those asked would be willing to participate. And of those who might participate, they tend to draw their information on the one item that stands out most in their mind, be that good, bad, or indifferent. So I think that bears mentioning. Those same situations apply when we take the survey inside, not to council. I think council takes a broader view on these things, and I think that all councillors interact, so that it might be appropriate to have them participate in this. But I do have some concerns about the other 2 surveys. The other piece to the survey is that in order to collect the information, we looked at different sources that we could use. And in order to collect this information, we are going to have to use Google Forms, which is fine. But moving forward, if this is going to be a legacy piece for you that you can reuse, then you will need to have someone internally who knows how to work that system. Any questions? Thoughts?
Council? No, not at this point, Ann.
Okay. So then what we would do is take the information from those surveys and report them in an anonymous and confidential manner to you, Mr. Mayor, because I believe you are the one who will then be using the document before you, the management performance appraisal. And that's a very, very clean and simple form that we can move through. And I, as part of my commitment to this, would work with you on it in order to get it properly completed and delivered.
Okay, that's quite clear.
Okay. Any questions along the way regarding the form? It's simply laid out. I don't think that everybody wants me to go through each category and and you know really read the document to you because I think it's very clean and simple. The process itself is just as simple. This is a document that we would give a copy to the person being evaluated, in this case, Jason. He would complete his document, return it to me, and then I would share it with you, Mr. Mayor, at which point you would complete your part of the document. And then the two of you would meet, perhaps if you so desire, with me present, in order to review the information that's been collected and to engage in a useful collaborative discussion about the contents of the document and the feedback. Excuse me. At that point, there's a piece where you work together to create a development plan for the upcoming period. Any thoughts, comments?
Okay, so in terms of the process, the first step, you will be distributing these surveys among the various groups who are going to respond, is that correct?
Correct.
And then they return, anyone who's willing to participate returns the document to you,
Yes.
okay? And you evaluate them, and then,
No, we all we do is record the scores that are given and collect any comments, and the comments are kept anonymous. You wouldn't see the individual questionnaires. You would only see, for example, when council participate, return those documents to us. We take the information, we put it in a Google form, and we tell you what the scores were, not who scored it. And then we list all the comments according to any comments according to category.
okay, all right, that's a little clearer. Okay, and then at that point, once you've compiled that information, then you and I meet, or you and I and Jason meet?
No, what we would do, I would have a meeting with Jason to get him to start to complete his part of the form. Just after that, you and I can meet, so I can assist you with working through your thoughts and share with you the results of the survey to see if it impacts the scores you wish to give.
Okay, I see, all right. Okay. Any questions, council, as to this process? I'm certainly comfortable with it. That sounds like something that's workable.
It sounds actually a little more complex than it is because one of the things about doing this type of performance appraisal, it's not labor intensive, although there's plenty of room to make it robust in the comments and the thought put into the scoring. There are a lot of prompts in here that helps you consolidate your thinking under any one particular category. So it sort of gives you a capsule of what should be considered in order to rate that individual.
Right. Okay. So, assuming council is content with this presentation and this process, Can I get a motion to receive this for information? And do we need a decision to implement this then, Randy?
Through you, Mayor Wise, so we do have a motion on the floor to receive for information. And then further down on the agenda, we do have a report and the
Right.
documents attached, so council can make a motion to approve the framework at that time.
At that time, I'd forgotten that was upcoming. Thank you. So in that case, can I get a vote on the motion? That's carried. Anything to add, Anne?
No, not really at this point, Mr. Mayor. I think the really fascinating piece now starts where we will be able to move ahead. I'm hoping that I can arrange a meeting with Jason in the next week and get the surveys out as soon as I know that that's the right thing or the timing is right to do so.
That's great. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
It's nice meeting you. Thank you.
Too. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, thank you, council. We have no deputations. Our next items for consideration, section 9, 9.1 is further to this, the CAO performance appraisal process, approval of framework documents. Recommendation is that the report be received and that council approve the performance appraisal and development plan framework documents as developed by HR Management Services on demand in collaboration with the council working group, subject to any modification attached to this motion, and that the CAO performance approval process proceed with the implementation and execution of the performance appraisal process in accordance with the approved framework documents. Excuse me. Did you wish to add anything to the report, Jason?
Nope, just thank you for the patience for having this come back, and thank you for the members of council who participated in the process. The only thing I would highlight is that I do think that there's a bit of additional time dedicated to this, so the final bill for this engagement may be slightly higher than originally quoted, but I don't believe that additional funds will be requested. We can work within approved budgets to cover those costs, but it's better to get this right out of the gate. And then it is my hope as well that once this process has been fully executed, that it would be a stepping stone for doing something similar with the rest of staff.
Okay, thank you. Did I get a mover and seconder yet? Can I get a mover and seconder? Councillor Fenwick, Councillor Lalande, any further discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 9.2 is a request for donation from Newburgh Public School. Recommended motion, the council receive the report for information and provide direction to staff regarding a donation request from the school towards a raffle or silent auction for its upcoming fun fair. This is Cindy's report. Cindy is not with us. Can I get a mover and seconder to put this on the floor? Councillor Lalande, Councillor Milligan. Any discussion? Yes, Councillor Milligan.
I think this is a great idea. I'm in favor of it, but I was thinking instead of something so specific, if we were to do, say if we did $100, if we do two $50 gift certificates for any business in Stone Mills. Just
Okay.
another idea.
Okay, that's another possibility. Any other thoughts on the silent auction? So we simply have a motion to receive at this point and authorize it. Does anyone want to offer any other? Nobody wants to offer garbage bags? I thought. Can we at least do garbage bags and something? I just sort of love the humor of garbage bags. Yeah, Rob, go ahead.
We're in Mike mode here. I really like the ice rental, just because I was thinking about the family atmosphere of that. And also it can service quite a few people. So if they were to just broadcast it, you might see a pretty significant benefit to the community as a whole for a fairly reasonable fee. That was the one that struck me, but I do like the idea of supporting local businesses always as well. We could possibly do one of each. The 1 hour PA day ice rental, and the little ones can go out and, well, not always little ones, I guess, PA days, it does apply to high school as well. Could go out for a skate in combination with the two $50, you've mentioned $50 gift cards, that's not a bad idea. And to a local business, that would be a really neat little package, just a suggestion.
Okay, thrash it out. Doug, go ahead.
I agree with you, John. I think we should give at least a couple packages of garbage bags.
Yeah,
Well, there's no cost to it, and there isn't a person in the township that doesn't use a garbage bag. But, you know, $35 isn't gonna, it's their value of $35. The value to us is way less than that. So,
yeah, that's right.
you know,
Yeah.
I would think we should at least give out a few packages of garbage bags.
Okay, someone come up with a definitive motion here. Go ahead, Councillor Fenwick.
Okay, let's try this one on. I would say that we're gonna do the ice rental, two $50 gift cards. I don't know how we're gonna select them. Somebody's gotta be the good cop, bad cop
That's the
with that
devil in
one.
the details, yeah.
Oh, the person gets to choose. Who's the person, the one organizing the event? Oh, so it,
It's a silent auction.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, of course, silent auction. And then, are we gonna go with 5 or 10 garbage bags? Oh, 10, let's do 10. And a package of 10 garbage bags. That seems like a nice little collection. I mean, yeah, I'm in on that. I'd make that motion.
Okay, did you get that, Brandy?
Through you, Mayor Wise. So I do have a motion on the floor from Councillor Lalonde and Councillor Milligan that the report be received for information and provide direction to staff. So as I'm hearing it, the direction to staff is that we contribute to the silent auction the ice rental option for the PA Day, a pack of 10 garbage bags, and two $50 gift cards at the choice of the winner. I would just like to bring to council's attention that may be a bit of an administrative process for finance. I don't want to speak on behalf of finance, but it could be a clunky process. So if you want to delegate that to staff, staff could go out and purchase the gift cards from a local business, such as McCormick's, Blue Door, any other business. We could
Something in
pick and
Newburgh, maybe.
we could pick and choose from different areas in the township. Don't mean to give any plug to any specific business, but we could just take that and go and purchase on council's behalf.
That's agreeable.
So this would be, yes, Chrissy?
I also do like the canoe rental, and partly I think it's a great way to promote that we have it going on. When you have a silent auction with a bunch of families, it's kind of telling everybody that that's something that we offer, which I think will just be really valuable overall.
So the total is rising. What's our limit here? What's the canoe rental value? I didn't see that one.
I would edit that motion for, I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, it's not going to be your motion, Rob. It's going to be added to Wenda's and Sherry's motion. Yeah, it already happened. Go ahead, Doug.
I have a little bit of a concern with that. I don't mind using it, but what is the labor intent?
Mike, Doug,
Sorry.
start again.
What is the labor intent for our staff to rent one canoe for Centennial Park? There's nobody there. So that means somebody has to deliver it, somebody has to pick it up. I'm just wondering how much effort's behind that.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Through you, Mayor Wise. So last year we had the kayak rental program set up at Centennial Park, and it's staff's intention to bring the kayaks back there. So essentially the kayaks will already be there, and they would just come pick up the supplies from the office, the keys, the life jackets, the safety, the boater safety pack, and then they would be free to go.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so we've got 2 gift certificates, ice rental, garbage bags, and the canoe. I mean, do you want to just fill out the whole list here? No, let's stop it there. Are you content with that, Wenda and Sherry? Okay. I'm not going to ask for any further. I'm going to call a question. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Okay, that was fun. Brings us to the consent agenda. Does anyone want to take anything out of the consent agenda list to discuss? Sherry?
I wanted to talk about 10.6
Uh-huh.
and possibly 10.10. Is there a 10.10? Yes.
Possibly or yes?
Sure.
Okay. 10.10. Anyone else? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the balance of the consent agenda, please? Councillor Lalande and Deputy Mayor Davison, all in favor? Sherry, go ahead with 10.6.
So 10.6 was the Tyandonega Township Volunteer Firefighters Association sent in their opposition to the Alto High-Speed Rail Project, and I wondered how we could go about presenting that to our fire department and see if they would do something similar.
James, what would be the procedure in that regard?
Through your Mayor Weiss, we can send out an email to our association presidents to see if they would be interested in maybe as a combine of the four associations drafting a letter in a similar manner and signing on in a similar way as the Tyandonega. We can propose that to them.
Would that be
Thank you.
satisfactory?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So do you want to make a motion, I assume, Brandy, to receive this communication from Tyandonega and that it be forwarded to our fire department for Deputy Chief Richmond to distribute? Is that satisfactory? That would be your motion, Sherry?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is there a seconder for that motion? Councillor Fenwick, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And 10.10 is?
10.10 is the AOR's letter regarding their health and safety. And when you read these close, it's rather disturbing, things I never really thought about that the roads folks deal with. And I guess basically just wanted to support. I don't know if there's a way to support their letter, but just to bring it to everyone's attention.
What would you suggest, Brandy?
Through you, Mayor Wise, I have seen letters coming in from other municipalities supporting AR's position. So I would recommend if you're interested, you could make a motion to receive and support, and we can send out communications.
Yes, please. So a motion to receive and support.
Okay, seconded by Deputy Mayor Davison. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And any notice of motion this evening? Any from the last meeting? Yeah. Okay, so we've got Councillor Fenwick, that staff be directed to bring a report back to council on the estimated cost for providing free brush drop-off. And Councillor Fenwick, did you want to speak to your motion?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm curious about what it would look like if we had this as a regular ongoing thing and an additional service to our ratepayers. I also want to make sure that it's clear it's not just brush, it would also include leaves. And whether the brush and or leaves, the difference is maybe leaves are harder for us to deal with than brush, but I'd like to know what we cannot do and what would be a timeline. Whether I don't believe we bury this and all the other details that we do with this sort of thing, but I think it would be something that our ratepayers deserve. They benefited from once in a one-off, and it should become a regular thing as long as it makes sense.
Okay, is there a seconder for that motion? Councillor Milligan, discussion. So the situation now, remind me, I guess Jeff's not here. Do you know what the fees are for brush drop-off?
$40 a half-ton truckload for brush.
Yeah,
I don't know about
Mike
leaves.
does.
I don't know about leaves. We grind the brush with a big stump grinding machine. I don't see how leaves would fit into that machine to make it any smaller. I don't, but that's what we charge now is $40 a half-ton truckload, subjective to the attendance.
Yeah,
Valuation of how much is on the load.
yeah.
I think they're quite lenient, to be
Okay.
honest with you. I've talked to a number of people that, actually, my next door neighbors borrowed my truck and he didn't pay $40. When I asked him, he paid 25.
Sure.
You know, so.
Yeah, depends
Yeah.
how high it's piled.
Yeah.
All that sort of thing. So you're looking for a report in any case, Rob, that discusses this kind of issue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you want for now.
That's true. I did have an instance where a ratepayer had said that they had arrived with brush, but most of it, a lot of it was leaves, and they were actually refused. So they drove back, and they were somewhat upset, and I can understand that. I'd just like to know why and the differences, and for a short period of time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 1 week, something, that we would do it at no charge. I think it makes sense.
Okay, so we had a seconder, did we? Sherry? Yeah, yeah. All in favor? That's carried, thank you. Boy, I'd take all the leaves that people could bring right at the farm there. Oh, yeah, it's great for the soil. We also have Councillor Milligan provided the following notice of motion in our last meeting, that staff bring back a report to council to discuss the Ontario government mandates on bring your own booze legislation. And the recommendation is that staff bring a report back to council in that regard. Sherry, did you want to tell us why you think this is important?
Sure, I just wanted to talk about the possible implications of Doug Ford's new BYOB program, or whatever you want to call it, and how it might or might not, oh my God, what's the word? Impact, thank you. Are some things that are planned going forward, like our Canada Days, Canal Bash, all these things. I think there's a real mix-up in the community. People don't really know what it means. They think they can automatically bring their own booze to these events, and I just think if we could look at the policies we have now, maybe there's nothing we have to change, but if we could make a clear statement to the public of what this means, if anything, in our community, I think that would be beneficial.
Any seconder for that motion? Councillor Fenwick, any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Announcements, our upcoming meetings are listed here. May 13th, May 27th, Committee of Adjustment on June 3rd, regular council June 8th and 22nd. Anyone else have any announcements? I would point out that there is a D-Day parade being planned for Tamworth. I forget the exact date. Sherry, do you know that off the top of your head?
It's June 6th.
June 6th. And there's a fundraiser breakfast, I believe, this weekend in Tamworth at the Legion. This is being put together by a number of people, including the late Reg Wilson, who I was shocked to discover died on a trip to Europe. And it's partly in his memory that I'm keen on seeing this succeed. I've been asked to lay a wreath. That's my function in that regard. So keep that in mind and tell people about it. I think it's a good idea. Yes, Wenda.
Just questioning, under the upcoming meetings, it says regular council meeting Monday, May 27th, but Monday, May 25th is the date.
Is
not
the actual date?
Yeah.
Is that right, Wendy? Yeah. Or Brandy? Okay.
Thanks.
Very good. Thanks for catching that, Wenda. Okay, if there's nothing further, could I get a motion for our confirmation bylaw for the evening? Councillor Milligan, Councillor Woodcock, all in favor? That's carried. Motion to adjourn, please. Councillor McDonald, Councillor Lalande, all in favor? That's carried. Thanks, everyone.